Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, KIPRUTO Arap KIRWA has decided to hate at William Ruto and some other critics of William Ruto. But KIPRUTO Arap KIRWA has delved into this issue of abduction and told of the government to stop lying.
Somebody who understands the background of the current president is that he has survived by blaming any issue on others. Even yesterday when you hear him, when he was talking from the North Rift, he was saying the politics of tribalism, which used to dawn the landscape for a number of years, are now a thing of the past, and therefore he's talking about uniting the people of Kenya. This therefore tells you he is one man who knows how to dodge the problem and blame it on others.
So many people always associate William Ruto with lies. Before we get further on this statement from KIPRUTO Arap KIRWA talking about lies, ladies and gentlemen, it's about lies. Kindly like this video because that is the only way YouTube shares our video, and also subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed before. And to existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much because without you, this channel cannot grow. So thank you so much for your support. We all remember the history of the relationship between Ruto and KIPRUTO Arap KIRWA. For those of you who remember the history, you will agree with me that KIPRUTO Arap KIRWA was a very senior person within UDA before he decamped. Now, ever since he decamped, he became part of the opposition. That is why he has been telling off William Ruto whenever Ruto makes mistakes. That's why there's a time he talked about micromanagement of this government. That the main reason why this government is facing a lot of problems is because of the leadership style. William Ruto's leadership style, the micromanagement kind of style. Now, talking about micromanagement. During that previous session, KIPRUTO Arap KIRWA tried to compare Ruto's leadership and that of Mwai Kibaki's leadership. Said Ruto is more of a micromanager, you know. So that is just a story that was shared some previous days ago. Now on to this latest video. KIPRUTO is telling us that lies are the biggest problem with the society. Lies. And by society, I mean both the opposition and the government, but largely the government. The government is the one that has been making false promises. Of course, the opposition is, putting the government to task to probably deliver, explain, and the opposition can always create anything to try to force the government to make certain kind of declarations. So it's their role to invent anything to try to push the government. So I wanted to pay a very keen attention to this video from KIPRUTO Arap KIRWA. Just pay attention to the words, ladies and gentlemen.
The president himself has emasculated all institutions of government, starting with the National Assembly, with the Senate, with the judiciary, and any other institution that has semblance of freedom, whether it's a commission within the constitution, commissions within the constitution. He has emasculated all of them. And he has been pronouncing himself on all manner of things, including abductions. Finally, he's the commander-in-chief. When we say he's the commander-in-chief of all the armed forces of the Republic of Kenya, he gets a brief from IG directly without the presence of any other person. He gets from NIS directly without the presence of any other person. Even from CDF, he gets it directly. So he cannot shirk that responsibility and tell us all of a sudden other people are to blame for the mayhem that has befallen our society. Number two, this is a system that is used to fighting the monster. And therefore Kindiki has been told, if you don't come out to fight the monster, and the monster in the house today is Rigathi Gachagua. So that's why he has gotten some semblance of courage to come out and spew a bit of certain unspirited challenge against Gachagua. You know, when you're in government, run the government as it ought to be run. And when you fail, you don't expect us to say kudos You have done very well when you have failed to run the institution the way it's supposed to be run. It doesn't need any magic for somebody to understand that the judicial system must operate in tandem. When IG is saying it doesn't know who is dealing with abductions, how can he sit in a meeting when those issues are supposed to be discussed? When a court of law says they are pronouncing themselves differently on the abductions and telling the Attorney General that within a certain period, give us the names of the individuals who have disappeared, or give us those individuals physically, or give reasons why they have disappeared, who is responsible. We cannot really sit here and assume everything is well. Not all is well, because this is the wrong direction to take a country. The way he said, and I really want to applaud him, about Papa Duvalier, Papa Doc, even the baby Doc, the son of Duvalier, he continued in Haiti with abductions. And I've been worried, perhaps when Kenyans went to Haiti, one of the lessons they have realized is that to deal with political problems through abductions. Why is the spate of abductions rising so high, having taken our boys and girls to Haiti? Possibly the brief they are getting from there is that you can only deal with political revolt through abductions and silencing the people, through throwing them into dams, and you say they died of suffocation or they died of drowning. If you throw me into a place which is about 8 feet, which is above my height, I would definitely drown because I don't know how to swim. So anybody found in a dam could have been taken by police there, thrown into a place that they know the person cannot swim. Many of us cannot swim. And even if you are to swim, they will make sure that you tire and you drown in that particular place. So let us be very clear about this issue. We are not blaming the government for abductions. We are blaming the government for not being vigilant and occupying the space they ought to occupy by law.
Rigathi Gachagua has found out that the best way to deal with Ruto, the president, is to expose lies. You know, expose lies. When the Kenya Kwanza government came into power, most of us could detect many lies in the government. I'm not saying that most of us didn't vote or most of us voted for the government, but there's a lot of lies which were being peddled. So sad that Rigathi was part of those lies which were being peddled back then. But he slowly mastered the art of truthfulness. That is why you find that he wins majority of hearts, Kenyan hearts. Why? Because he makes a point that is very much relevant to the current scenarios. Let's say, for example, the issue of abduction. When he chose to say on Sunday that he was going to expose the real Abel, most likely the government could have responded by releasing those people. Because if you look at the event of, was it Saturday? That event, Rigathi was much aggressive, pissed off, if you could use that word. For those of you who managed to watch him, the body language and the like, he was not happy at all. So he has successfully crafted himself as Mr. Truthful Man. So what KIPRUTO Arap is telling us is that going forward, even this government should desist from lying. This statement is coming at a time where William Ruto is in Ghana. So I expect the impact of this statement is just going to embarrass him while in Ghana. He had gone there for the inauguration of the president-elect there, and that's what is happening in Ghana. So I was telling you about KIPRUTO Arap and the statements. After ditching William Ruto, KIPRUTO has been in opposition and putting the government to task. But at one particular time, there was an allegation or rumor that KIPRUTO Arap would bounce back and get an appointment in this UDA government. We never knew whether he was going to decline or he would accept the position, but that nomination never took place. So most likely he's never going to work in this government. And based on his stand, I don't think KIPRUTO Arap can work in this government, because because he has already noted that the government is full of lies. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this bombshell, if I use that word, this statement from KIPRUTO KIRWA? Do you agree with KIPRUTO KIRWA? I know 80% of you agree that this government has been telling lies, but the opposition has also equally been telling lies, but the opposition can, defend their point and say that our task is to put this government to task. That is our main responsibility. Their responsibility is put the government to task. So the opposition can invent anything just to get the government to react. That is their role, ladies and gentlemen. So I wanted to just go below in the comment section and you can offer reaction. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, kindly take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.